Yes, welcome everyone. It's time that we begin a new season. The TCRs are out on track at the moment, and we have a very strong field. Let's look at the drivers out on track. Here they are. One of them is Niels Langeveld out on track already. For the people that don't know what TCRs are, they're basically touring cars. They're cars that normally drive on the road, basically built to race. Very fast cars, front wheel driven, so a lot of people struggle with them, but I think they're very fun. A lot of drivers here think they're very fun. Of course, otherwise they wouldn't be here. We have a very big field. 34 drivers today at a track that is very small for 34 drivers. But luckily with these TCRs you can take a hit. We are at Alton Park today. A very interesting track to be at with these TCRs. It's a season where we only do 3 tracks, so of course you are going to be at some small tracks. Well, I think let's look on to the calendar we have then, because small tracks we do have. We have the first race, like I said, Alton Park. After this race we'll have a Summit Point Raceway, the full course, 12th of January. Lime Rock Park as well, the Grand Prix track, the Grand Prix figuration. Laguna Seca, of course, a track that a lot of people know, a track that is very familiar. Okoyama, the full course, also in there, 2nd of February. And Oran Park, the Moto configuration, the 9th of February is also in there. Well, I think that's a very interesting calendar, but we don't have a lot of time. I mean, the guys are out on track. Let's meet one of our many contestants. Niels Langeveld is one. He races for Gazax Racing Team. just like Mirko Bortolotti, he is currently in first. This man races in real life as well. Is currently hard in prep for the 24 hours of Dubai, which is I think in 2 weeks' time. I think it's the 16th of January that race is from 24-hour series. The first race they do in that season, the first race we do in this season is at Alton Park today. This man is, yeah, like we normally see from him, very quick. But with these small tracks, that means that the field is also very, very close. Like we can see, there's not much in it. 600ths of a second currently at the top. And we also have someone from Platinum Racing Team 1. We have Winston Eckel. He loves to drive these cars. He's a big fan of them. In the Honda, of course, we see 3 different manufacturers in the top 3, which is always a good sign. I mean, what's better than having 3 different manufacturers in the top 3? You just know that all 3 of them can compete, which is always good to know. Well, I mean, let's go on to the action then, to the live action. We have 2 minutes left of practice, then we have an open qualifying, which is going to be, yeah, very, very interesting with this many cars on track. Finding a clean lap will be very, very difficult. And yeah, I think that with a lot of these drivers being, of course, in this series for the first time and driving this car for the first time competitive, it's going to be very difficult to perform when it matters and just get that clean lap in when you need to. Interesting to notice is that, of course, with these kind of cars, that Mirko is the only Audi in the top 9 really. The next Audi is from Clement Schmidt, he is in 10th. And then a long way down as well is Marnix Heister in 18th. Also in the Audi. I think that we are going to see a lot of that in this race as well. Audi isn't one of the best manufacturers currently, but this is practice now. It really matters. The drivers are going to go out on track. They want to perform at their best now. It's qualifying for the drivers. This is the moment they need to really deliver that good lap time. For the information, for qualifying, the track is in a very good state. Only 21 degrees. We know the hotter the temp is in iRacing, the less grip you are going to have in qualifying. But as we see already, a lot of juggling going on with positions. Everyone wants to have that clean lap. Slipstream not really a factor here, so it's really an outlap where you race other people to get that clean lap in. I think we will see a little bit of a pile up at the last corner for everyone to get that clean lap in, to get that clean air, to get that little bit of space ahead of them. 4.29 kilometers in length, this track, and you should say, or you would say, with 4.29 kilometers, that's more than enough space to get all these cars in a reasonably clean position. But trust me, it's easier said than done. Alrighty, 50 minutes of qualifying, so not a lot of time. I think this should be better then. Hugo, this should be better. At least I hope so. Don't know why it's not working for me at the moment, but it should work like a treat right now. And this is really where this car and these cars really perform at their best at small tracks. We are going to go on to bigger tracks next season, but hey, that's next season. Now we are at Alton Park with a interesting qualifying ahead of us. Currently it is Richard Beukema out on track for as he goes off. That is his clean lap done. Winston Eckel is, I think, the first to complete a lap. Have to find him, of course. No, there it is. Perry Oosterveen with a 2:01. Not really a time that is going to challenge everyone. But this man, we're looking on to what he can do. Niels Langeveld, also a purple first sector. He took that away from Mirko. Winston Eckel just ahead of Mirko, setting purple sector times as well, but can't really do anything about Mirko. His sector times, he is just really, really quick. But his purple sector time has been taken away. We don't know by who yet. But Winston Eckel is gonna come through to set his first lap time. 1:44.70. Meanwhile, Mirko Bortolotti comes across the line to set a lap time of 1:43.89. Already into the 43s. He has a clean track ahead of him, so he can go for another one. Meanwhile, Nick Kerstens also across the line now. He sets a lap time that did not count yet. I think he had an off track in his lap. This corner really difficult, really easy to pick up an off track there. You can't really touch the curb on the outside of the track. It just gives you that valuable X that you don't want to get when you're in qualifying, because your lap obviously doesn't count then. Mornix, there he is.
What are you doing, mate?
He currently, it looks like, not on a very fast lap. Meanwhile, this man is improving again. Mirko Bortolotti. We thought he had a almost perfect lap time, but it apparently wasn't, because he is gonna improve again, it looks like. Yes, he does, by 3.5 tenths, 1:43.535. Very fast from the Italian. And a lot of drivers currently not able to set a lap time. One of them, or I wanted to say one of them, but I think he's not. He's still there. Clement Schmid is the one to not set a lap time yet, but he does now. But again, he has an off track in his lap, which will disallow counting that lap for him. What can he do though? Can he go again is the question. Meanwhile, Vincent improves to a 1:43.74. 2 tenths off pole position at the moment. And again, we have 3 different manufacturers at the top. Again, an Audi at the front in the hands of Mirko Bortolotti. That car is very, very fast. This chicane also really, really tricky. You want to have the brake balance quite far rearwards because these cars don't turn in particularly well. That's why you want to have as much rotation as you can. This man, what can we expect from him? Into the last corner goes Niels Langeveld now. Just ahead of him is Mirko Bortolotti. Can he improve again? It doesn't look like it. Can Niels improve then? That is the question. The answer is yes, he can. 1:44.14 his lap time. Comes out just ahead of a lot of traffic. A lot of people coming out of the pits. Also someone who is very competitive at the moment is this man, Clemens Schmid, coming across the line to put in a time of 44.4. He currently is 0.9 seconds off pole position. He had a purple sector there, so he knows he is able to set a quick lap time. Just needs to get all of it together in one quick lap. For Files, what can he do then? He is on an improvement. Currently he is 7th with a lap time of 1:44.16. If he improves by just, and that is how close it is, if he improves by just 2 or 300ths of a second, he goes up into 4th position. That is how close it is. And does he improve? Yes, he does. He goes up into 3rd. 43.92 the lap time from him this time round. Martin Hobson also setting a purple lap time. Niels Langeveld also improving again. He should be very familiar with these cars. He has raced in them in real life as well, Niels Langeveld. What can he do now? He did not improve this time round. But this man, Martin Hobson, what can he do? Martin Hobson with a purple 2nd sector. Coming across the line, and he's going to set a time which is not really going to challenge people. 44. He moves up into 11th position, and we're already 10 minutes into qualifying. Only 5 minutes left to set a good lap time. This man, Pepe Kerstens, hasn't set a lap time yet. He's looking to set one now. He's not really lighting up the timing screen, but he is definitely one to look out for to get into that top 15. Of course, with 34 drivers on the grid, it's very difficult, like I said, to find a clean lap. But Mirko Bortolotti has, it seemed like, managed to do so again. He is on a purple lap again. 2 purple sectors in the 2nd and 3rd sector. Personal improvements in the 1st and 4th sector. 5th sector and 6th sector is a bit off, but now into the last corner he goes. Doesn't want to lose too much, of course. Coming across the line, is he going to improve again? Is it going to be 42 from him? The answer is no, but it is an improvement again. Not by much, but an improvement is an improvement. 1:43.45 currently the time to beat if you want to get pole position. The man who came closest to that as of yet is Vincent. He currently on a new lap. What can he do? Can he push Mirko from that pole position? Looks like at the moment he is not able to do that. But Mirko improving again in the 1st sector. purple in sector 3 as well again. Can he improve again? That is the question. Currently not really lighting up the timing screens is Vincent, but I think he's still on an outlap. He's trying to create the space for himself. A lot of improvements from Pepe. Oh, as he goes off again, and he resets quickly to get out of the way of other drivers. Colin van der Pest for I think this is the Team Platinum Racing Academy car. What can he do? He currently is in last position, not set a lap time yet. Personal best for him in all sectors. Of course, he now gets across the line, so he's having a lap time of 1:46.8. But look at the times. We'll just get the interval on screen as well. There we have it, 1,000th of a second between Jürgen Augusto and Niels Langeveld. Ahead of Niels, it's only 8,000ths of a second to Florian Krüger, and then it's 2.5 tenths to Vincent. Vincent currently in third. Josh Files has managed to go faster again. What is Mirko doing at the moment? Again going purple in sector 3 and a personal improvement in sector 1 and 4. Second sector isn't a personal improvement for him. That is a sector where he lacks at the moment. Vincent also a personal improvement in the third sector. Trying to look what he can do. But like you see, it's very, very close with these cars. We're going to see some very close racing, which we already expected with these cars, really. As Mirko comes across the line again to set in a lap time that is again faster. 1,000th of a second faster. If he's going to get pole position now by 1,000th, this has been the lap of his life. Meanwhile, Vincent behind that, not really able to improve. He has gone into the pits. Florian Krüger in fourth. What can he do? Looks like he can't really light up the timing screens as well. Half a minute left only in this qualifying session. It looks like Mirko is going to get pole position in the first race of the season. Seconds left. Usually the drivers can finish their laps, but there has been a bug in iRacing where they can't. No, they can't is the answer, and we have a starting grid. We'll quickly run over it. Mirko Bortolotti grabs pole position in the first race of the season for Gazak's racing team. Josh Files right alongside him, Gazak's TCR team. They will be very happy, the Gazak's teams. Vincent Ossem's Platinum Racing Team 2, also very happy for him to qualify in third position. Florian Krüger in fourth, fifth. Niels Langeveld. I expected a little bit more from him since he is used to racing these cars in real life as well. But maybe not getting a clean lap in is why he is in that position. Sixth is Jürgen Augusto. Seventh, Frank Schlottmann. Milo Speelman is in eighth. Winston Eckel is in ninth. Clement Schmid is 10th. 11th is Andy Kuhn, and Ricardo Ronkema rounds off the top 12 for us. As we look on further to the grid, Fabian Tobben is 13th. 14th is Gustavo Xavier. Martin Hobson is 15th. 16th, Frederik Schwartz. 17th, Nick Kerstens, a really good qualifying from him. Jake Browning in 18th. 19th is Gianni Kratz. And 20 is Perry Oosterveen. 21st, Jensen De Leeuw. 22nd, Stefano Pellegrino. Marnix Heister is 23rd. 24th is Richard Beukema. Then we have 10 cars to go. Marnix Heister or Sven Marks 25th. 26 is Niels Kosters. And Juso Ketunen is 27. 28 is Pascal Ebena. Daniel Flug is 29. 30th is Colin Pest. 31st Michael. 32nd is Benjamin. 33rd is Jake Smedley. 34th is Pepe Kerstens. We now look on to the start for the first race, as we have 5 lights at the jump start, I think, from Mirko Bortolotti. That is big. I think that will be a drive-through for Mirko Bortolotti. That's a jump start in second. Not a good getaway for, I think that is Josh Files. And with a good getaway is Vincent Osshams, already challenging Mirko Bortolotti for the lead. And he's got passed from third to first in the first corner. As we look back a little bit further, Niels Langeveld tries to go up the inside from Florian. Milo Speelman side by side there. He is with Andy Kuhn. He gets the better of him. Really, really busy, of course, on such a small track, but the lead is really at the front. I think that Mirko Bortolotti has a jump start there. It looked like he got away just a little bit too early, and that made it so that I think he will get a drive-through, and that is pole position undone, really. All the effort he has put in qualifying, the very good lap, the 43.5 or 43.4 for Mirko, all undone now, as Niels Langeveld is under pressure from Josh Files, the second placed car. Yeah, I don't know why. I think P2 just reacted to P1, and that is why they both got a jump start. But now Niels Langeveld pressurizing, or pressured by Josh, is going to try something up the inside of the next corner. We know that you can outbrake someone there. It's really the only hard braking zone, but ahead of him, Florian Kruger gets all over the place. Onto the grass he goes. And that will give him such a good exit, but ahead of that is Vincent Osshams. He saves it. He had a moment there, and that allows Mirko Bortolotti through together with Florian Kruger. I think they will get it out as far as they can to try and do something. All over the back of Florian is Vincent. Is he going to try it? It's really too tight to try it on the inside or around the outside at the next part of the track, but he is all over him. Niels Langeveld also under pressure from Josh Files. Up the inside, he's going to try and go, but there is a very fast left-hander coming up. Vincent Osshams tries to go around the outside of Florian. That is never going to work at this corner. And he's going to try and go up the inside of this hairpin. Not really working out, not a really hard braking zone in these cars. And that has allowed Mirko Bortolotti to get out in front again. I'm not sure if they have a drive-through, but I think they have from a jump start. And if that is the case, I think they will get one after the race. Mirko Bortolotti just driving away from Florian. Vincent Osshams still pressurizing him, but he's pressurized by Niels Langeveld as well. As we have up the inside, George now of, I think that is, or Frank up the inside of George. Not really a position to do it, but he still managed to do it. Meanwhile, a little bit further back in the field, we have Benjamin Walker at the moment defending, I think, or attacking Ricciardo ahead of him. As we have some people, and we have this man in the orange livery for Team Kerstens with a very good start up the inside. Now tries to go Marnix Heister, putting him under pressure. He has gained 11th position. Or 11 positions, this man. Really, really good start for him. And the other member from the Team Kerstens is at the moment I don't know, where is he? He is out of the race already. And now up the inside trying to go is Pepe Kerstens on Colin van der Pest. He's trying to make that work, and meanwhile now up the inside comes Marnix Heister. Is he going to be able to make that one stick? Side by side they go through this very difficult corner. I think Pep is going to pick up a off track there, and now he gets swarmed by a whole pack of Audis. I think that is behind him. Ricardo now gets paused as well, as they have a little notch there, and Pepe gets pushed out wide, and they both go off. You don't want to see that, as he goes now storming off the track. Pepe tries or manages to keep it on track as well. Mirko Bortolotti still out in front, still hasn't served the off track. Clement Schmid, he is currently in P18, lost 8 positions. That is a very good call, Hugo, there. He has lost 8 positions. He is one of the worst starters. The worst starter out of all of them is Winston Eckel. He has lost 17 positions. This man from Platinum Racing Team 1 won't be happy with his start in the first race. Now getting pressurized by Pepe Kerstens is Marnix Heiser ahead of him. And Pepe gets past there, but up the inside goes Marnix Heiser again, just overshooting that a little bit, but that is a kind of a block pass there from him, but it works. Pepe Kerstens now under attack again from Winston Eckel, trying to go up the inside. He tries to outbrake him here, and that is another position gained for Winston Eckel. I don't think Marnix will defend too hard on Winston, knowing how Marnix is, but now this man has served his drive-through. Mirko Bortolotti, he is serving a stop and go actually. It's not only a drive-through, but it is a stop and go that has allowed Florian Kruger to go into the lead. Pressurized by Vincent. Is Vincent gonna look to pick up a victory in the first race? Of course, he first has to get past Florian Kruger to do so. Into the chicane, he's gonna try it up the inside here. Not really close enough to do so. Niels Langeveld also waiting off his opportunity. Now out of this chicane, not a really good run from Vincent, and he's now under pressure from Niels Langeveld. A purple second sector there, but I think they are not really close enough to try something. There isn't really a straight to slipstream down here, so it's really the corners where you have to make the difference to try and get past. A little bit further back. Barry Oosterveen also with a very good start. He gained 9 positions in that start. As behind him, it's Johnny going off. He is in 11 currently. 1.2 seconds behind Martin Hobson, who himself is getting held up by Milo Speelman. Frederik Schwartz is in 8th. He also with a very good start gained 8 positions, but still our best starter of the field is currently Benjamin Walker. As he is having to defend from Marnix Heiser. He is trying to find a way through the field, Marnix. As we have some retirements, sadly. Nick Kerstens is out of the race. Gustavo Xavier as well. Jake Browning and Ricardo and Jisoo Kitsune are out of the race as well. Sad to see a lot of retirements this early on in the race, but the battle really is at the front here. Up the inside now, maybe trying to go Niels Langeveld. He shows himself in the mirror of Vincent, but knowing Vincent, he is not really bothered by that unless Niels is going to go for the move. Now maybe then slipstreaming up the hill here is now very, very close. He's almost pushing Vincent up the hill there, but it looks like Vincent has the better run. We know that Hyundai is not the fastest car on the straight, but in the corners it definitely shows off, as we see here now getting the run, but not really having the slipstream. Now gonna try something down the inside maybe of the last corner. Not really close enough with the straight line speed of that Hyundai. You really have to get a good exit. The Honda is just way too fast for Niels. With the slipstream, Vincent is gaining on Florian as well. Florian has to nail every exit to stay ahead of Vincent. As meanwhile now, Jurgen Augusto also catching up to the back of him, as we see here. Yes, Niels Langeveld, getting a bit out of shape there, and that will allow maybe the Honda of George Augusto up the inside. The fast left-hander. Is someone going to bail out of this? No. Are they going to get through this side by side? Yes, they are. That is how it's done. I think Jürgen just kept off the throttle a bit there, but now the chicane, this is really where the Hyundai shines. But now Vincent is released from the pressure, but he now has the run, as we see I think Florian going off there. Don't know what happened, but he's in a very dangerous position. He has to reset, and that gives Vincent the lead, pressurizing him into a mistake, we say then. And that has allowed Vincent into the lead, and now he has to stay clean in this first heat to grab the first win of the season and go into the history books of the PRL TCR Series. Now trying to get away from Niels Langeveld is Vincent Ossems, now finally released in the corners as well. Let's see what he can do now in clean air. Is he going to be able to pull away from Niels? Because Niels has some pressure from behind in the form of George Augusto. 3.5 seconds back. That Honda again onto the straight. You really have to nail the exit with the Hyundai, because that car is not fast in a straight line. So we will go on board for a lap now with your race leader at the moment, Vincent Ossems. Well, that is quite the lap from Vincent Ossems. He's still in the lead. Niels Langeveld now finally released from the pressure. Clement Schmidt currently 13th. He is trying to work his way through the field after a absolute colossal failure at the start. Winston Echo also trying to work his way up the field, not really managing to do so very well. He qualified very good, but it's not really showing it in the race. He lost 10 positions at the start, maybe a little bit too cautious. As out of these two, we have Marnix going around the outside of Dani Frudel ahead of him, and that works out. Now Winston is going to try and make his way past in the Honda. We know that these cars are so similar on the in a straight line that you don't really, you have to get a better exit to make your way past. And getting a better exit is not what Winston does, I think, but he is in the slipstream. He's going to try it up the inside. Yes, he is. Showing himself in the mirrors. He is alongside, I think. No, he's not trying it up the inside. Not really working out for Winston. Not really getting his car alongside enough. Pascal Ebena is currently the man who's gained the most positions in the field. Under pressure now is Pascal. He is under pressure from Clement Schmidt, trying to work his way through the field, managing to do so very well at the moment. He lost 10 position at the start. Currently only down 3. He has to get up into 10th to into his starting position again. As up the inside now comes Clement Schmidt, looking up the inside, not really able to go for it, but the opportunity just shows itself there. He's immediately on it to dive down the inside now, getting a better exit out of the chicane. Is the face for trying it up the inside. This will be defended, I think, by Pascal. Yes, it is. Not really able to make the move down the inside there now. With a better exit, maybe trying to do it up the inside of the last corner. I don't think Pascal will fight it once it comes, and it comes now. As Pascal does go wide, he outbraked himself, and that is going to lose him a couple of positions, I think. He has to watch out coming back on track. Niels Kostels also overtakes him as well now. Sven Merckx with a very good start. Just behind him is Stefano Pellegrino, but he has gained 10 positions as well. Also into the double figures he is. Meanwhile, out at front is Vincent Ossems. Now he has got it so far that now Niels Langeveld is out of the slipstream, but he is just right back into it now. As there are 2 minutes left now in this session still. Still within the slipstream is Niels Langeveld. 7/10 he is behind Vincent at the moment. He has to hold off for one more lap to be able to get that victory home for Platinum Racing Team 2. He has started the final lap now as the leader. And this is going to give him some hope to maybe finish just a little bit better in the reverse grid race. A man who also had a mare of a race is Mirko Bortolotti. He is currently down in 20th and still trying to work his way up. He still has a lap to go. As ahead of him they are side by side. Winston Eckel up the inside of Dani there. He will have the inside for the next corner. Is Mirko gonna get his way past as well there? Yes, Winston not really having a good race. Pepe is right behind Winston again now. But at the head of the field it's Winston with only 2 more corners to go to win the first race of the season. Rounding off the last corner is Vincent Ossems, and he is definitely going to come through to finish first in Heat 1. Behind him is Niels Langeveld, and behind that is Frank Schlottmann. Fighting for a position still is Perry Oosterveen into the last corner. He gets past there, or he gets past. And Johnny just ahead of him, just at the last corner. He made his way through. Winston Eckel still very, very close. With Benjamin Walker trying to go up the inside to gain just that 1 more position. And ahead of him now is Mirko Bortolotti. He is going to come through to finish this race. And Jake Smedley will be the last one to finish this race off. Or am I? Yes, I am. I am correct. I am correct. Jake Smedley is going to finish off this race as the leader, or as the last one. So we will now look on to the results for this race. As the results are as follows. Here we have him, of course, a second and first Dutch podium. Vincent ahead of Niels Langeveld. Frank Schlottmann is behind that for Germany. And PCS1. 8 at the end in it between Platinum Racing Team 2 driver Vincent Ossems and Niels Langeveld from Gazax Racing Team. As that is warm-up done. And I think we don't really have time to look at it. We have to look at the grid for this race. As in first place, of course, the reversed grid start, we will have Stefano Pellegrino, second Marnix Heister, third Pascal Ebena. Niels Koster is in fourth, Clemon Schmid fifth, sixth is Perry Oosterveen, seventh Martin Hobson, eighth is Milo Spelman, ninth Frederik Schwartz, 10th is Fabian Tobin, 11th Andy Kuhn, and 12th is George Augusto to round off the top 12. Frank Schlottmann is 13th, Niels Langeveld 14th, and 15th is Vincent Ossems. Mirko Bortolotti just outside of the top 15, so he will not be able to start from pole position this time around.
Green's out, green flag, green
I
flag.
think we already have the green flag at the front of the field. That was earlier than expected. But again, some people not getting away well, but the man who is getting away well is Stefano Pellegrino. Marnix Heister alongside him also getting away well. Pascal Ebena also getting away well behind that. Frederik Schwartz also having a good start. 3 positions gained already. Niels Kosters is really the one who lost the most positions here for Kart Academy Esports 2. Side by side there, I don't know who that is. Is that Vincent again? Don't tell me it's Vincent again in a feature race where he moves down the order. Yes, it is Vincent again. He moves down the order again in a feature race. Unlucky again. 3 times in a row that has happened now for him in other series as well. The man just can't finish a feature race off well. With the reversed grid start, Stefano Pellegrino still behind Marnix Heister. It has gotten past, and he is now pulling away from Pascal and Stefano. Perry Oosterveen is 4th, 5th is Clemon Schmid at the moment. And Florian Kruger already gained 13 positions. Mirko Bortolotti in 12th. What can we expect from him? We can, I think, expect a comeback through the field. 20 minutes this feature race as well. I think that Mirko has more than enough time to at least get into the top 5. But meanwhile, out at front, Marnix Heister after the first lap, he is in the lead 6/10 ahead of Stefano Pellegrino. Pascal Ebena is in 3rd. Then we have in 4th Perry Oosterveen. In 5th, Schmid. He has a way better start than he had in Heat 1, where he lost 10 positions after the start, but managed to work his way up again. Now he is in 4th currently, trying to make his way past there on Perry Oosterveen, and that does happen. Pascal Ebena now his next target. Stefano Pellegrino has lost that position to Marnix, but is trying to gain that back. 4/10 is the gap. Marnix not pulling away, but getting reeled in now. Mirko Bortolotti still in 12th position, very busy up ahead of him. If something goes wrong there, he could easily gain 3 or 4 positions, but look at that, everyone side by side there. Yes, Mirko Bortolotti is still behind most of them. 11th place he is in now. Trying to go up the inside here, no, not really. And it's all behind each other again. Fitting into the train, Mirko Bortolotti. Winston Eckel now with a better start as well, trying to go around the outside of Mirko there. Doesn't quite work out. He now has a little bit of a bad exit, so can't really attack him onto the straight. Niels Langeveld also still not through there. He is in 9th for GasX Racing Academy. Mirko and Niels will be working together, I think, around the outside of the next corner. Is that possible? Yes, it is. We saw some people do that, but it's not really what Niels wants this early on in the race. Meanwhile, Marnix is getting away from everyone a little bit. 1.2 seconds is the gap currently. Stefano made some kind of mistake, I think, to fall back into the hands of Pascal Ibena. Clemens Schmid still fourth. Frederik Schwartz is fifth now. Perry Oosterveen down another position, back into sixth position where he started. Now Perry Oosterveen. Oh, it looks like he has gone off. And who is that he's gone off with? It looks like Frederik Schwartz is the man he has gone off with. And that has given Stefano Pellegrino some room now to attack Marnix, but really through that chicane, Marnix pulls out another 5/10. Really a strong point for the young Dutchman there. That chicane, Stefano Pellegrino, the Italian for Gazax Racing Academy. Niels Langeveld, I expected more from him. He is currently down in 12th, not having the best race. He gained 2 positions from his starting position. Winston Eckel, he is in 10th, 7 positions gained. Up ahead of all of this, we have a battle going on for 3rd place. The 2 Gazax Racing drivers, Stefano Pellegrino and Clemens Schmid, working together. They both trying to catch, of course, Marnix Heister ahead of him. Pascal losing 2 positions in space of, I think, 2 laps there. He will not be happy with that, and now it's Clemens Schmid allowed through by Stefano Pellegrino. Clemens Schmid has the better pace, it looks like, and he has got some team orders there, Stefano, and reacted to them immediately. Marnix Heister 2 seconds clear, though, of Clemens Schmid. Now he has to try and get it done, or he has to try and gain at least a second now on Marnix to at least get into the slipstream, which won't be easy if Marnix keeps up the pace he has now. Who is still in the race though, or isn't easy again out? I can't find him anywhere. Nick Kerstens again a lap behind. It seems like Pepe for Team Kerstens in 21st on his own, really, so really can drive his own pace right now. Jürgen Augusto, really a better race than his last one already in the Honda. Now currently in 5th position, trying to get past Stefano Pellegrino. He must have made a mistake then, because Stefano was ahead of Pascal there. Clemens Schmid though now through, and he is just 1.3 seconds back now from Marnix. He has to hold off for 12 more minutes to make it a double for Platinum Racing Team. He is in Platinum Racing Team 1 though, so it won't be a double for Platinum Racing Team 2, but it will be a very good start for both Platinum Racing teams if Marnix is able to hold off Clemens Schmid here. Catching up to Marnix is one thing for Schmid, but then getting past is another one. As we have seen from the previous challenges, that overtaking on this track is very, very difficult. On to the start finish straight, they come again to round off another lap, and another minute defended from Marnix. Only 11 to go now for him. Mirko Bortolotti already up into 5th. He could also be a man who is able to challenge for a victory here with 11 minutes left. There is a big chance that he will catch up that 6 seconds to Marnix Heister, especially if Marnix starts fighting with Clemon Schmidt. They get ever closer together now. Fabian Tobin also gained 6 positions, 11 positions gained already in the first 9 minutes of this race by Mirko Bortolotti, starting 16th after he had to serve a drive-through in the first race for getting a jump start. Also having to serve a drive-through we thought was Florian Krüger. He didn't have to, but he is currently up into 7 positions. He has gained 22 positions, 21 positions gained by both Gustavo Xavier and Ricardo Romkema. But it seems like it is really Florian Krüger who has gained the most positions. If Ricardo gains the position on Gustavo, then it is the other way around again. But Marnix Heister now has a fight on his hands. This is for the lead. 6/10. Clemon Schmidt now right up behind him. Still has to catch up to him though to try and make a move. A little bit of a look up there we see from Marnix. Under pressure now. And he does definitely feel the pressure, we can see that. But Marnix is keeping Mirko at a similar distance. But Mirko is getting held up by Fabian Tobin. But Marnix now has other things to worry about. He has a black and gold car in his rearview mirror, getting bigger and bigger in the hands of Clemon Schmidt. But it looks like that I think he is out of this race. Is he? Yes, he is. Vincent in the Honda is out of this race. He will not be competing again, and that is sad to see after such a good start of the season for him. But Marnix out in front still, and he has survived almost 3 more minutes through the chicane now. The gap is going up. Not a good exit there from Clemon Schmidt. He is dropping back a little bit. Marnix picking up the pace here as they catch some back markers in a few laps time. But Mirko Bortolotti now finally got past Fabian Tobin, as we will see that pause happening right here. No, we want to see this one. Yes, here it is. Is he going to try and go around the outside? Yes, he is. Doesn't work because the camber is against you, but then into the chicane maybe. He's going to try it into the chicane. We haven't seen this yet. Yes, he is. He kind of gets given the position by Fabian Tobin there, but still have to be there. That is the pass from Mirko Bortolotti on Fabian Tobin there. Marnix Heister still out in front, catching up to some lapped traffic right now, and that is not gonna help his lead, and that you can immediately see the dirty air there. Clemon Schmidt gets within 3/10 now, the closest he has ever been in this race yet. Marnix under pressure now because a back marker was in his way. This is how it works, sadly. The back marker got out of the way as soon as he could, but you can't stop in the middle of the corner. So that is well done by the back marker, but now all over the back is Clemon Schmidt on Marnix. Marnix with a good exit, both having the same manufacturer of car. Clemon Schmidt also in the Audi, so no straight line advantage. He's going to try and go down the inside here already. Yes, he is. That will unsettle him for the exit of the chicane. So Marnix will try and get the better exit here to try and get away from Clemon Schmidt again a little bit, but that doesn't seem to happen. Clemon Schmidt still with a good exit, but he tried down the inside, showed his nose, and Marnix definitely saw him there. But we see it. This is not really an overtaking opportunity into the next corner. 6 minutes to go for Marnix, but now alongside him and trying to go for the move is Clemon Schmidt up the inside. He has this move done, I think. Around the outside is not really going to work here for Marnix. He's going to try it though, but That is Clemon Schmid up into the lead. Marnix was able to hold him off for 14 minutes, but that didn't really work out well. It didn't really work out the way he wanted, but he is still right up the back of him. Mirko Bortolotti also gaining on both of the drivers. Of course, fighting costs you time in racing. Winston Eckel also with a very good race at the moment. He is in 7th position. Marnix, does he have a better exit? He's going to try it up the inside of the next hairpin. He definitely is the fast left-hander all over the back of Clemon. Is he going to try it up the inside? That's going to be defended, I think, by Clemon Schmid. No, it isn't. Clemon Schmid does go a little bit deep into the hairpin, but not really deep enough for Marnix to make use of that. And I think that is position defended now by Clemon Schmid. But now we get to the chicane where Marnix is so fast, but not really with the best exit out of that corner is Marnix Heister. 3/10 is the gap going into the chicane. We will see what the gap is exiting the chicane. It looks like it will stay around the same. Clemon Schmid now ahead of all of this. Mirko Bortolotti getting on the grass there. Not really what you want. But this man Winston Eckel now right up behind Florian Krüger, and ahead of that is Fabian Tauben. He can now really gain some valuable positions here for his team and for himself in the championship. He normally is very comfortable in the top 10 at least, but last race was a little bit of a calamity for him, not really making his way to the field after he had a very bad start. But now really trying to come back on Florian, because he got overtaken by Florian in the first part of this race. Fabian, though, ahead the head of the field, can drive away from both of these guys because they're fighting. As off there goes, I think that is Jürgen Augusto, and that is a cause of, I think that is a cause of Mirko pushing him off there. Not what you want to see, as we have a big crash in the background there. It seems that Milo Spilman and Jürgen are involved in that, but Winston now up into 5th position. The race is coming to him. Winston is now right up the back of Mirko Bortolotti. Is he going to be able to do something about that? It seems like Fabian Tauben and Marnix Heister are again going to make it a double Dutch podium. But Clemon Schmid now really getting away from Marnix. He just has the edge over Dutch driver. Barry Oosterveen also with a very bad start or a very bad race, this feature race. Of course, this being the reversed grid race. He started quite far up the field. He has lost 8 positions now. That means he has started 6th at the beginning of this race. But now he is under attack from Frederik Schwartz again, trying to go up the inside of the last corner, not really working out. Marnix Heister holding on to that slipstream for dear life from Clemon Schmid ahead of him. If Clemon Schmid makes a mistake now, Marnix is there to capitalize on it, but it looks like that is not gonna happen, as we are into the second to last lap now. Clemon Schmid still leading the way. Jay Browning also trying to go up the inside of the hairpin, not really working out there, but getting close to it as well. Ricardo Ronkema is in 10th position, trying to work his way up. Gustavo Xavier ahead of both of these guys for the Gazax Racing team. Clement Schmidt though out ahead. Gasser Racing team with the black and gold livery. As Clement Schmidt now is gonna start the final lap of this evening. As we have it there, the white flag. Clement Schmidt into the first corner for the last time this evening. Marnix giving absolutely everything, taking that off track there. Marnix has been pushing to the absolute limit. 11 off tracks for him at the moment. But into the pit lane is Jake Brown, and we didn't expect that. Is that a drive-through for incident points? We don't know. Andy Kuhn under pressure at the moment from Gustavo Xavier. Can he pick up one last position in the last final of or in the last final lap? Winston Eckel all over the back of Mirko Bortolotti. Mirko Bortolotti himself all over the back of Fabian Tom. This is for third place, this battle. And is Winston gonna try something up the inside? Not really. But Mirko Bortolotti getting the good exit out of the chicane, now trying to go around the outside. He's going to be forced out wide, I think, by Fabian. The Hyundai, or not having the best of straight line speed. But now, as Winston Eckel gets pushed off there, he's going to complain about that, I think. But that's hard racing, and that's what you can do with these cars. The Audi now having the straight line speed on the Hyundai. Is he going to be able to do it, though, is the question. The Audi not having the straight line speed from the Honda, but still faster than the Hyundai. Now around the outside again, defending the inside is Fabian Tobin. Meanwhile, Clement Schmidt rounding off the last corner to win the feature race this evening. And coming across the line for the last time, Fabian Tobin is able to hold off Mirko Bortolotti. And behind that, it's Winston Eckel in 5th. Jürgen Augusto comes through 6th, and 7th is Ricardo Romkema in 5th, gaining 25 positions. A very, very good race there for him. Kart Academy Esports 2 will be very happy with
interviews in the
that
waiting room.
showing. Andy Kuhn also with a very good result. Barry Oosterveen losing 9 positions in the feature race. Not really the race for him. But yeah. As we have the results now for you. We have also some interviews. And I think we'll start with someone who can't seem to have luck in the feature race. Vincent, welcome.
Hi.
Vincent, well, congrats on the win in Heat 1, but we have to talk about something. The last 3 races, I think I've seen you taken part in all 3 of the feature races. I think you didn't finish. Is there a curse with the feature race for you?
I'm not sure, but it seems like it. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. Just got pushed off the track. Yeah, nothing I could do.
Well,
But it was mentioned in the driver's briefing that we should be careful on T4, and yeah, just completely sent it on me, and didn't leave any room for me. So yeah, it was hopeless. But
yeah, something I think to talk about with race control, or have you not reported it yet?
I think I will report it, but yeah, it doesn't change the result, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well, you had a good start to the season with that win there in Heat 1. Tell us about how you managed to do it, because I think ahead of you, I thought you quickly saw that there was a jump start.
Yeah, I saw they both jump the start, but I got a good launch when the actual start was, so I could take P1. Then I made an error in the last corner, which was really stupid. Just missed the braking point and over rotated the car and lost the back end. Yeah, and after that I knew they had a drive-through, so I was really careful just to follow and save the tires a bit. Um, but only Mirko was in front. The other guy who jumped the start was further back, I think. So I only was gaining one position. And then, yeah, it's really hard to overtake here, and I was waiting for the right opportunity or for him to make a mistake. And luckily, he made a mistake in the chicane, so I could, yeah, I just drive it out. But yeah, it wasn't easy. There was a lot of pressure from Niels behind, but yeah, we managed it, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, well, the next time we race in the TCR series, what are you going to be looking forward to in the next race?
Well, we did the practice race, I think, at Summit Point, and I didn't have the pace there, so I'm not really looking forward to it. But I was surprised here I had the pace, so yeah, we will see.
Yeah, well, Vincent, hope you have better luck out there next week in the feature race, trying to break that curse. And thank you for the interview.
Yes, thank you.
Well, we'll move on swiftly to another PRL driver. Winston is his name. Winston, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Winston, tell us what happened in the first race, because we saw you had the pace in practice, we saw you had the pace in qualifying, but for some reason in Heat 1 you didn't really show up.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, mate. Well, the problem is you thought what went wrong. More like the question is what didn't went wrong. Everything went wrong in the first race. Yeah, because Alton Park is such a like a compact track, also with the amount of space on the track. It's really difficult to drive side by side, especially with those with the chicanes and also with the last corner. It's very difficult. And yeah, I saw it in turn 5. Our car spun, and I thought, yeah, okay, let's maybe go around the outside around the grass to stay out of trouble. But then I hit the wall by myself, a little bit clumsy. But yeah, but still in the second
Happens.
race I had a lot of fun. But the amount of like incidents that is happening, yeah, of course it's like yeah, it's not normal, but it's predictable of the circumstances of the track, of the drivers,
Yeah,
because in Alter Park, just like I said to the other drivers in the chat, it's or you are yielding or you're not yielding, and if
yeah,
you're both not yielding, then you're probably going to end up in the wall. But yeah, the driving and the cars, I really like it, and also for all the drivers, it's really nice to see the huge amount of people that came here. So I'm really happy for that,
yeah.
and I really hope they did have a good time, despite all the accidents and all the things happening. But yeah, I really think the stewards will decide something, and it's all going to end well for the next race. So,
Well,
but I really like the starting, so I'm really happy.
yes, enjoying it, you said. And enjoying it, we did. You're driving in the second race, the feature race, getting 12 positions, getting up into fifth, and then maybe getting that position from Mirko, but that didn't quite happen. Tell us
Yeah,
about your
true.
comeback drive in the feature race.
Yeah, the future race was quite exciting. Starting from P17, I
Yes,
believe. Yeah,
yes,
P17. It's like have a when you had a good start and then going to turn 1 and see all the cars in front. Some people are 4 wide. It's really interesting and to see and very intense as well. And then you're trying with your own pace, but still with all the peoples and the different gaps of the pace and all that kind of stuff. You just can't drive your own pace, especially when you can't like overtake that good. But still, it was like a solid drive, trying get some overtakes in, especially in the last corner and the first corner. I had some good battles with Florian, I believe, and also with Mirko there at the end. It was good racing, but they were fighting, and when they are going side by side into
Yeah.
the last chicane, that was quite nerve-wracking to see because I thought like they were going to shunt, but they didn't. They had good racing, but I was just, if they're going to shunt, then I'm going to get those both positions. But yeah, you can't make it 3 wide here. That's yeah, that's like a no-go.
Yeah.
So we didn't, and I end up in P5. So I'm really happy for the points, and especially for the first race, it was huge fun. So
Yes. Well, I see we have a lot of people in the waiting room. We'll swiftly move on, Winston. Thank you for the interview. Good luck out
yeah,
there next week.
yeah, thank you, mate, and have a nice evening.
Well, a man who also will be very happy with his result in the second race will be Fabian. Fabian, welcome.
Hi,
Fabian,
great job with the commentary tonight.
thank you, thank you. Fabian, you had a great result in the feature race, getting third. Tell us about how you got there.
Yeah, well, just taking advantage of other people going off. Like, I started 10th at a good start, and just people went off, and I just stayed on the track and slowly worked my way up to third.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, we saw it at the end there that the Hyundai is not really the car to pick as it comes to straight line speed. Holding off Mirko there in the last lap, going side by side into the second chicane there. I mean, we all enjoyed that one. It was so close. I mean, how did you manage to hold him off when he had such a good exit?
yeah. Well, of course, the Audi was really fast in a straight line, and I already knew that he already passed me early in the race. But I was thinking like I'm picking the inside. I'm just keeping that and braking late and just forcing him out wide, and it worked.
Well, great driving by you, Fabian. Thank you for the interview and good luck out there next week.
Yeah, you too. But
Well, someone who will be happy with his result in the feature race as well, but not with his showing in Heat 1 will be Marnix. Marnix, welcome.
Thanks.
Marnix, the Heat race wasn't quite as successful as your feature race. In the feature race, you seem to hold off Clement Schmidt very well, actually. But after you made that mistake, Clement just seemed to have just that little bit more pace.
Yeah, I lost a bit of concentration. I mean, at one point he was just driving away because I made some mistakes, and then it's impossible to keep up with them. And I lost the slipstream, so that was really unfortunate. And
Yeah.
I really wanted to bring P2 home to have some points for the team and for myself as well.
Well, what exactly happened in the heat race then that we didn't see a lot of you in that one?
Well, I got pushed wide by the two Gas X teammates, I believe. Maybe it was the academy team and the normal team. They collided, and I got picked up with it and went in, just not into the barrier, I believe. I could continue. I was lost after turn 1 and managed to get back into P14. So always keep fighting and get as much points as possible for the championship and for the team.
Well, Marnix, that has been great driving for you, especially in the feature race to keep that second place. Thank you for the interview, and I hope you have better luck out there next week.
Thanks, Dan.
Well. A man who I think we all expected more from is Mirko, especially in the first race, but getting unlucky with a jump start at the beginning. Yeah, Mirko, tell us about your heat race because I think it was a little bit of a comeback drive after that jump start.
Yeah, well, it was not unlucky. It was just my mistake. So I wouldn't say it was bad luck. It's just no talent. But for the rest, I would say, performance was there. And it's just a shame that, I couldn't take the results that were possible. I think race 1, starting from pole, the pace was there to win the race. But after the drive-through, of course, not even a drive through. It was a 30-second stop and hold, which is quite heavy. Because I reacted like Josh. We both had the same mistake. We reacted on we never do standing starts, first of all. So we reacted on the red light instead of waiting for the red light. And we stopped immediately, like we did half a meter and then we stopped and then we had a regular start. So basically we didn't have an advantage from it, but yeah, definitely it's a jump start when you move. So yeah, you have to take that penalty and then it completely compromises the whole evening with this format.
Yeah. Well, coming back in the feature race was very pleasant to watch. You worked your way up the field really nicely, and in the last lap, I think fighting with Fabian, going into the chicane side by side. What what were the thoughts when you were side by side with him through there? Because it's not really a place where you can go side by side, but you guys made it work.
The thoughts were just don't hit me, or let's try to make it both without having a contact, because I was at I think 11 off tracks and we only have 14, so we actually did touch, but I got a 0-0x luckily, so I was quite close to get another drive through. But yeah, we made it through, and yeah, I couldn't find a way past. I passed him earlier on in the race with quite I think a good move out of turn 5. But after what happened in turn 3, a couple of laps later, he passed me back, and then I couldn't find a way past. So at the end, it was P4.
Well, Mirko, great driving in both of the races. Just sad that you had the jump start, but thanks for the interview, and I hope you have better luck at the starts next week.
No worries, guys. I will not be there next week, but see you at the 3rd round if I'm there. And thanks for organizing. Always fun to race with you guys. See you soon.
Thank you. Well, we swiftly move on then to the winner of our feature race, which is Clemon. Clemon, welcome.
Hi.
Clemon,
Thanks for the invitation.
no worries. You showed some great pace in the feature race, catching up to Marnix from a gap that was 2 seconds, catching back up in I think something like 3 laps. So you really had the speed in the feature race, then getting past him within 1 lap, I think. So yeah, really great driving. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, after the main race, I was a little bit concerned, but in the second race, I felt a little more comfortable. I had no damaged car after the first lap, and yeah, it was clean racing. I mean, it was quite hard with some guys before Manix, but everybody acted fair, and I think it was a good show for everybody.
Definitely was very pleasant to watch. In the heat race, so the first race, tell us about that one.
Uh, Not much to tell. I mean, I had quite a okay start. It wasn't great, but it was okay. And then I got turned around before the first chicane, or the second chicane,
Yeah.
and I was P29 or something. Luckily, a lot of guys crashed ahead of me, and I was getting clean through. So I
Yeah.
didn't expect to be in one race on the podium after the first lap, to be honest.
Well, it isn't only a podium; it's a win.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah.
it was really great fun, especially the second race.
Well, Clemens, thank you for the interview. I hope you have
Thank you.
just as much luck as you had in the feature race next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you
I
next
hope.
week. Well, we will move on to our last interview then, and the man who has driven these cars in real life as well. Niels, welcome.
Hey Dan!
Niels,
Hey.
how are you doing?
Yeah, bit disappointed, but we had an amazing first race. That was good. And when you put this league up, the TCR, I can't afford to be not there, eh? because I'm a
Definitely.
TCR race driver.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to be there. So really happy to be here, and it's big fun. The racing is big fun, and we had fun. And only the second race it was a bit disappointing. I got hit, fell back, and then I had a clash on the straight. A bit unfortunate, but that's racing, man.
Yeah, well, Niels, I think a question we all want an answer to is how does it compare to the real car?
Um, yeah, good question. I'm not quite sure yet. A lot of things are quite familiar. It feels quite the same, but yeah, in real life, it's you have a bit more feeling with the car, which I miss a bit now.
Yeah,
That's with every car, of course,
yeah,
in iRacing, but with other cars, I have a bit more feeling. But I didn't drove TCR cars a lot in iRacing, so I still need to find that rhythm and feeling and everything so on. But in general, iRacing is very good in making the cars comparing to real life. So yeah, it's good practice, I think.
Well, Niels, you had a very good first race. Little bit of a, yeah, een beetje een mindere tweede race. Maar
Ja,
een
ja,
paar woorden in het Nederlands.
ja.
Ja, ik bedoel, de, de eerste race. Gewoon, vertel ons dus wat er, ja, hoe, hoe heb je gewoon die positie vastgehouden? Want op een gegeven moment, ik dacht je onder druk gezet door Mirko in het begin, niet? Of was
Nee, ja,
het...
Mirko had een valse start, hè, dus
Ja,
die moest even weg. En die mocht eventjes
ja,
even voor straf stilstaan in de
ja.
pits.
Ja, het was een van de GasX auto's. Ik weet niet meer precies wie het was, maar
Ja,
ja,
nee, en ik stond wel onder druk, maar die
ja.
gozer achter mij die ging eraf.
Mhm.
En er eentje voor me ging er ook af. Toen lag ik in één keer tweede. Ja, ik was zeker niet de snelste van het veld. Maar goed, ik ga toch ook nog wel eventjes over de BOP klagen hoor. Nee, nee. Het was, het was, het was leuk om te doen. En goede eerste race. Mindere tweede race. Maar ja, we moeten wel punten blijven pakken. Want ik wil wel kampioen worden natuurlijk.
Ja, zeker. Ja, natuurlijk. Daar zie je gewoon maar aan dat hij een racerijder is. Gelijk die excuses weer naar boven halen.
Ja, ja, zo ben ik. Zo ben ik. Zeker weten.
Hey Niels, dankjewel voor het interview en heel veel succes volgende week.
Ja, ik wil even groetjes aan mijn moeder doen. Mag dat?
Ja, zeker mag
Mam,
dat.
mam, ik hou van je. Doei.
Well, we move swiftly on to the end of the stream then. We have the calendar on our side now. The next race is at Summit Point Raceway next week, the 12th of January. Be sure to join us then as well. We would love to see you then again. And of course, stay safe until then. And we thank you, all the drivers from the TCR series and from PRL. Thank you. And we hope to see you.